Hello, my name is Patty, and today I'm going to be talking about multi-state outbreak of Salmonella Wandsworth infections linked to veggie booty. So background. First, we need to know what Salmonella is. Salmonella is a bacteria in food that affects the intestinal tract and causes food poisoning when consumed. In fact, it's the most commonly reported foodborne illness in the United States. Salmonella Wandsworth, which was discovered during this outbreak in 2007, was a rare type of strain of Salmonella, and the cause of it was a contaminated food product, veggie booty. The duration of the outbreak was from February 2007 to July 2007, and there are 65 reported cases, with 6 cases hospitalized, but there are no deaths, and those across 20 states, as you can see from this map. And occurred mostly among children ages 10 months to 3 years. Current situation. So, outbreak was already resolved in 2007, but at that time, the problem was that there was a rare type of Salmonella spreading throughout the nation. The FDA was one of the main organizations behind dealing with the outbreak, and part of the mission statement said to ensure the safety of our nation's food supply. One strength was that the CDC and the FDA quickly found the link of the outbreak, which is veggie booty shown here, and issued a recall. However, there was a weakness in that it was very widespread and unknown what the true origin of the outbreak was. Like, how did the food product get contaminated in the first place? But scientists claimed that the likely source was the seasoning of the veggie booty. An opportunity arose in that there was more implementation of stricter regulations on food protection, but there were threats in that lawsuits were filed against the makers of veggie booty. Prioritized issues. So the government prioritized informing the public that there are 65 reported cases, 6 hospitals, no deaths, and affected mostly children ages 10 months to 3 years, and the cause was veggie booty. Informing the public is very important because it helps prevent further exposure, and that the public will not want to buy the product anymore, which will lead to less cases. Also, educate the public on Salmonella. Salmonella is very contagious as it can be spread by animals to humans or humans to humans, and is transmitted mostly by consuming food contaminated with animal feces. And hygiene is really important. To maintain a good hygiene, avoid consuming contaminated food, and avoid infected animals reduces your risk of getting Salmonella. The image shown here shows more actions you could do to reduce your risk for Salmonella. Analyze alternatives. So the case solution was to stop the manufacturing companies from producing the product and issue a recall on the product. Use a theoretical perspective, the health belief model, in which if people had understood the perceived seriousness, perceived susceptibility, perceived benefits, they'll have a more informed understanding and make more informed decisions whether or not to purchase that product or not. Moving on to alternatives. Alternative number 1 is to check the manufacturing companies for Salmonella. We need to enforce stricter regulations and guidance on food production, in which the area and equipment should be sanitized and well kept, and workers should be provided proper materials to not contaminate the products. Another alternative is to check the farms for Salmonella. We need to enforce stricter regulations and guidance for farm produce, and have clean and sanitized areas in which the animals and the products are contained in. Recommendations. So, one recommendation is to inform and educate the public on infections and outbreaks as soon as possible, while the public should stay up to date with the information. The government should provide and implement a prevention plan and provide a data sheet for all the reported cases in specified areas, whereas the public should be mindful of what they consume and educate themselves on where the products come from. Another recommendation is screen and inspect farms, factories, and marketplaces for Salmonella. We need to enforce strict regulations and guidelines and provide proper materials to help combat Salmonella. In this image from CDC, it says it contains information from lessons learned from Salmonella outbreaks in the past. As you can see, Salmonella outbreaks could pop up anywhere from farms, factories, transportation, stores, even the kitchen. So it shows how Salmonella could easily be widely distributed. Action plan. So in 2022, I plan to develop the screening process and treatment plan of produce to eliminate Salmonella. For example, the use of irradiation of product, which use gamma rays to go through the product to kill off bacteria, or the use of phages, which consume bacteria to reduce the growth of Salmonella. In 2023, we want to implement the screening plans and new policies on both the producers and consumers, which include farmers, factories, marketplaces, and the public. In 2024, we want to continue screening at least twice a year and develop more ways to eliminate Salmonella. One way is using cold plasma activated hydrogen peroxide aerosol, which is a sanitizer agent, to kill off bacteria. And this kind of development and semi-annual checkups will hopefully result in no more Salmonella outbreaks in the future. Opinion. So, food is a really easy way for bacteria to infect your immune system and body, and there can easily be an outbreak for any time and any day from anywhere. So we need to improve sanitation in how food products are produced. If not, there will be more outbreaks in the future. And hygiene is a really key component in reducing your risk for Salmonella, and after researching about this topic, I became aware of what I consume and plan on adjusting it. Thank you.